you can ask the seller for: price, credits, and terms. Homes in Contra Costa are taking about 48 days to sell right now, and the prices are down 2.8% from last year. Here's what that actually means in plain words. For the first time in years, buyers hold the pen, but most first-time buyers either don't ask anything or ask so much that the seller walks. Both mistakes cost you. I'm Roger with Remax Accord in Danville and a licensed real estate agent here in Central Contra Costa. Trained through Michael Blanc's program of syndication to underwrite buildings before buyers write the offer. My promise, in the next few minutes, you'll know the 3 things that you can do to ask the seller for in this market, when to use each one of them, and the overreach line that you should never cross. 4 steps. Read the clock, the 3 ask, back it with numbers, don't overreach, comment deal, and I'll DM you the playbook now. Step 1. Read the seller's clock. Every listing tells you how long it's been sitting, and that number is the seller's mood ring. Under 2 weeks, the seller still believes their price, and a sharp discount ask is usually what gets ignored. 30 days, they've had a lot of quiet weekends and they're listening. Past the county average of 48 days, most of the sellers are openly wondering what went wrong, and their agent is telling them to take the next buyer serious. Also, check the price cuts. A listing that already dropped once has admitted their first number was wrong. The seller has practiced saying yes to less. The action: for every building on your list, write down days on market and price cut history before you decide what to offer. 2 minutes of reading buys you thousands of dollars of positioning. In a slow market, here are the 3 things you can ask the seller for: price, credits, and terms. Most buyers only know the first one. Ask 1. Price. The obvious one in a county running 48 days on market with down 2.8%, offering under asking on a stale listing is now normal, not rude. Ask number 2, credits. Instead of cutting the price, the seller gives you cash at closing towards your cost or towards fixing what the inspection found. Here's why credits can beat a price cut for first-time buyers. A $15,000 credit lands in your pocket at closing when the cash is tight. The same $15,000 off the price only saves you about $90 a month. Same number, very different life. Ask number 3, the terms. Longer inspection windows, time to review every lease in the building has tenants. A rate buy down paid by the seller. That costs the seller little and protects you a lot. The move is knowing which to ask or which ask fits the deal. Comment deal and I'll DM you the full playbook now. Step 2 is the 3 asks, and here's your action on them. Before writing any offer, rank what you actually need. Short on closing cash, lead with credits. Building has tenants, lead with document terms. Building's been sitting 60 days with a price cut, lead with price. You usually get 1 big ask and 1 small one. Choose on purpose. The slow market offer playbook with the 3 ask and the scripts for each is free and pinned in the comments. Grab it and stay with me, because the next step is what makes sellers say yes. Step 3, back every ask with actual numbers. There are 2 kinds of low offers: a number pulled from thin air and a number that works on a sheet behind it. Sellers reject the first kind on pride alone. The second kind is hard to argue with. Here's what that looks like. Instead of "we're offering 40 under asking," your offer says at real market rents of $24.50 a unit with real taxes and real insurance quotes and today's loan rates around 6.4 to 7%, this building supports this price. Attached is the math. Now, the seller isn't going to argue with you, they're going to argue with the arithmetic, and the arithmetic does not flinch. This is exactly where the underwriting training pays off. You know what a seller's agent does when a documented offer on a day 50 listing. They use their math to talk their own seller down. Your worksheet becomes their tool. I've watched it happen. Quick pause. This is for anyone watching who is actually trying to buy. The expensive mistake is not the rate. It is buying the wrong building, and you usually cannot see that from the listing. I'm Roger with Remax Accord in Danville and a licensed agent here in the Central Contra Costa, trained through Michael Blanc's syndication program to underwrite a building before it underwrites you. I will help you to find and read the right deal before you even write an offer. If you're looking at your first building, there is a free buyer consult with me linked down below. All right, let's get back to it. Step 4, don't overreach. Here is the landmine of slow markets, and it cost buyers the building they actually wanted. They watch a video about buyer power and then throw a 25% discount, a full credit package, and a free rent back. That demand at a seller who only is 20 days in. The seller doesn't counter, they just stop answering. And when the right buyer shows up a week later, you're not on the list anymore. Slow market power is real, but it's a tool, not a hammer. The market is down 2.8%, not 28%. A fair frame. Stale listing, documented math, one big ask, one small ask, delivered respectfully. That combination wins in this market over and over. Insults don't. And one operator note here from the syndication side, the goal of negotiation is not to beat the seller. It's to buy a building that pencils. If the numbers work at their price, and a win is a win. So the building doesn't care who won the argument. It just matters if you bought or not. So a quick recap. Read days on market and a price cut before you offer. Knowing your 3 asks, price cut, credits, and terms, and pick on purpose. Back everything with real worksheet numbers and use your power without swinging it like a hammer. So let me ask you this. The money question. The next offer you write, will it come with math the seller actually, or the seller's agent can use and defend it, or just a number that you're hoping to get? If you want the worksheet built to work for you, book the free buyer consult with me, link down below. 1 hour, real listing, real numbers, and you'll never write a naked offer again. What you really need to know next is what goes inside that offer. The contingencies and the protections most buyers leave out. So watch my first offer video. It's on your screen right now. That's it for today. If this helped, hit the subscription button, and I'll see you in the next one.